For years, MrBeast was known as the most loved person on the internet because of how kind and honest he seemed to be. However, recently it's been uncovered that MrBeast has been lying in front of our eyes. While everyone thought he was helping out the needy and giving back, the truth is, for years MrBeast has been using dark and manipulative tactics to scam his fans. So why has he been scamming his fans? How did he get caught? And most importantly, what did he do that was so evil? I am Mazzy, and today we'll be uncovering many scams of MrBeast. MrBeast's thirst for money has led to his most shameless cash grab yet. MrBeast's fast food chain, MrBeast Burger, quickly became one of the biggest fast food chains in the world as fans lined up for miles just to get a taste. But as time passed, the reality of the product was exposed. MrBeast Burger was a serious health hazard.
Photos of Beast Burgers that appear to be uncooked have appeared on social media, one calling the burger wasted money. A Reddit review is headlined, "MrBeast Burger is gross." The lawsuit also includes photos that show raw meat and other bad reviews.
On Reddit, users reported that the food quality was drastically different depending on the location, with some receiving burnt or undercooked burgers. So why was the quality so different based on the location? When we take a closer look, the real issue is the concept itself.
So back in 2020, MrBeast, ever the trend spotter, had this brilliant idea, partnering with ghost kitchens to quickly scale up a food brand with his name on it. Basically, a ghost kitchen, it's a group of chefs working in a kitchen to cook up food for a restaurant that does not physically exist. The restaurant's name and menu appear on food delivery apps like Grubhub and DoorDash. People place their orders, and then an existing kitchen somewhere out there in the world decides to cook it up. Sometimes those kitchens are, actual kitchens in already established restaurants just looking to pick up a few extra tabs for extra business on the side. But oftentimes those ghost kitchens are working solely for the virtual brands in unusual places, in shipping containers, in parking lots, in places where you wouldn't expect your food to be coming from.
This means Jimmy can make more money as he can open more restaurants. But the downside is that the quality severely suffers as there's no way for him to quality control all of his restaurants. And despite the initial success, MrBeast Burger's long-term reputation became tarnished by the horrible quality. But MrBeast Burger is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to MrBeast's shady product launches. Lunchly. Marketed as a healthier alternative to Lunchables, MrBeast partnered with Logan Paul and KSI to launch this so-called nutritious meal kit for kids.
Lunchly versus Lunchables. 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Only 7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients.
But what's really behind Lunchly? Well, it's a lot worse than we first thought. Lunchly features a drink, Logan Paul's Prime, and MrBeast's own Feastables, wrapped up with an entree. It's sold as a product that's supposed to be better for you than the usual junk food, but upon closer inspection, the truth is revealed.
Their nutritional value is just not good. They're often too high in sodium, saturated fat, and added sugars, and don't use healthy whole food ingredients. And because they fall into the category of ultra-processed foods, they aren't healthy to consume often, period.
It became obvious that Lunchly was a complete lie to manipulate kids into buying their junk. But Jimmy's scams are a lot worse than poor quality food. Jimmy's chocolate brand, Feastables, was hiding an undercover gambling scene to make as much money as possible. Feastables were originally hyped up as the healthier alternative to mainstream candy bars like Hershey's. MrBeast promised that Feastables had fewer ingredients and less sugar, and were made with higher quality components. But as time passed, the narrative began to crumble. The ingredients changed, the sugar content increased, and eventually, Feastables became just another average candy bar.
Like, there's nothing on here that's organic. There's nothing in here about grass-fed milk. It's almost like we've gone away from cleaner ingredients and we're trying to produce something that's cheaper to produce.
But here's where it gets really shady. MrBeast didn't just sell Feastables, he turned them into a gambling system aimed at primarily his young fans. In Australia, he ran a promotional campaign that claimed buyers could win one of 10 cars, including a Lamborghini.
I just launched Feastables in Australia, as you can tell by the Sydney Opera House. And to celebrate, we're going to be giving random people that buy Feastables this Lamborghini and 9 other cars.
Thousands of fans bought in, some spending hundreds of dollars to increase their chances of winning, but in reality, it was all a scam.
In typical MrBeast fashion, he did a massive car giveaway, which included a Lamborghini car. To enter the competition, you buy a Feastables chocolate bar, scan the QR code on the back, and upload your receipt as proof of purchase, and that gives you 1 spin on a virtual slot machine. If you get 3 Lamborghinis in a row, you win. So I bought 18 bars, which gave me 18 spins. And with just 4 spins left, I got the 3 Lamborghinis in the middle. I did it. I won. But instead of a congratulations, I got the same, sorry, not this time message that I had received on all my other prior attempts. So I contacted Feastable customer support multiple times to try to get a resolution, but no response.
This also wasn't the first time MrBeast used gambling to try to sell to kids. One of the most concerning examples is Jimmy's use of illegal lotteries disguised as merchandise giveaways. During his live streams, MrBeast often runs promotions where fans can enter to win huge prizes by purchasing his merch. But what most people don't realize is that these giveaways often break the law. But how?
And obviously I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just going to show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. On August 2nd, 2020, MrBeast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries.
MrBeast's tactic is simple. Convince fans, many of whom are kids, that by buying his products, they have a chance at winning life-changing prizes, whether it's cash, electronics, or rare signed merch. And they're being drawn into what is essentially a gambling scheme. It gets even worse though. Tyler, a member of MrBeast's team, was caught on camera forging MrBeast's signature on merch that was being sold as authentically signed by Jimmy.
So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials, TC, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious?
Jimmy has an entire system set up to take advantage of his audience, but the rabbit hole gets a whole lot deeper. This is because these lotteries are nothing in comparison to MrBeast's actual videos, which in reality is almost a complete lie. MrBeast's channel is built on challenges, whether it's last to leave competitions, treasure hunts, or high stakes games where the winner walks away with millions of dollars. Well, what if I told you that many of these challenges were rigged from the start? Former employee DogPack404 revealed that many of MrBeast's biggest videos, including the 100 Boys vs 100 Girls challenge, was staged to create a more dramatic storyline. Dogpack shared that many of the so-called random contestants were actually friends, employees, or family members of MrBeast's team.
Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend. So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast, and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees, or just the employees themselves.
Production even stepped in to influence the outcome.
According to a former MrBeast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer.
For instance, in the 100 Boys vs 100 Girls video, the Beast himself paid for one of the boys to leave the competition early.
The boys were blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
And this wasn't just a one off. In his $1 million hide and seek video, Rosanna Pansino came forward to reveal that the results were edited to make it seem like she performed worse than she actually did. According to Rosanna, she placed third, but the video was edited to make Logan Paul look like he lasted longer than he did.
I was top 3, so that was very confusing. So when I'm watching it, they had Logan, Zach King, and Larry B top 3. I tried really hard and I was top 3. And so it was so weird to see the video and they're like, oh, these 3 guys are top 3. And I felt so like, what?
The truth is that this wasn't about who actually won, it was about who could bring in the most views. But it got even more disturbing. In his video 7 Days Stranded at Sea, MrBeast and his crew claim to have spent an entire week on a raft with limited supplies. However, the footage didn't quite add up.
During this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 Days Stranded at Sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht.
So this wasn't a genuine survival experience, it was staged from start to finish. MrBeast's team even included CGI elements in other survival videos, like digitally creating explosions and faking laser mazes to add drama to otherwise ordinary scenes.
But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out, you can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20.
MrBeast's 7 Days Stranded in a Cave video was another classic case of Jimmy faking his videos. The video claimed to show MrBeast and his friends stranded in a dangerous, remote cave for an entire week. However, the cave they were stranded in was the famous Waitomo glowworm caves in New Zealand, a well-lit tourist attraction with paved pathways, a cafe, and even a gift shop. To add even more drama, the video shows the team struggling in dark and dangerous sections of the cave, only to later skip filming their return journey where they likely use the tourist-friendly paths. This is yet another example of how MrBeast scripts survival scenarios to look more extreme than they actually are. The 50 YouTubers fight for $1 million video was another instance where Jimmy rigged the video to scam as many views as possible. While the video claims that all 50 YouTubers had an equal chance to win, certain high-profile influencers like Logan Paul and KSI were being favored from the start. According to other participants, Logan Paul and KSI didn't even travel with the other contestants. Instead, they were given special treatment, arriving separately and being placed front and center in the video. Insider info from Gideon's vlog revealed that Logan Paul and KSI already knew the details of the first game before it even started.
I know what one of them is. What? Our biggest fan for all of us. And they're gonna come out, and then Jimmy's gonna be like, if you can make this free throw, you give your fan gets a saboteur. But if you miss, you out.
This gave them a significant advantage, as they could strategize beforehand while other contestants were left in the dark. Also, during the cooking challenge, Logan conveniently partnered with Nick DiGiovanni, a professional chef and YouTuber, which raised more suspicions. It seemed that MrBeast was more interested in making dramatic, entertaining content than actually giving all participants a fair shot. Even in videos where MrBeast appears to be giving away free money, there are signs that things are not what they seem. In the video, I opened a free bank. MrBeast and his friends set up a pop-up bank where they handed out money to anyone who opened an account. But something was suspicious.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do with all this?
And right here, if you zoom in, motion picture? Well, that's not what it says on an actual dollar bill. Obviously, it's fake, which he later admitted in a random interview clip. He explained that it wasn't safe to use real money, but they did give everyone a check afterwards. However, he never mentioned in the entire video that the money was just a prop, which speaks volumes about the authenticity of MrBeast's content.
MrBeast may present himself as the king of YouTube charity, But behind the carefully crafted facade lies an empire built on exploitation, manipulation, and deception. This is a warning though, to always do your research and look into the truth behind things. Because sometimes people's intentions aren't so pure. But when the time comes, the good of God will always prevail and the truth will be revealed. Thanks for watching.